Okay, as usual, I'm going to pick two tennis matches from today, try and predict who's going to win, and also come up with a bit of a trading plan to try and make a bit of money on Betfair. Before I do that, let's have a look at yesterday's matches. First one was Sasnovich Garcia. What on earth was Garcia doing? Okay, so we had just one break. Garcia did have to save 4 break points in just a second service game. She was broken when she served at 3-all. Didn't get anywhere near breaking back in the second set. Sasnovich broke right at the start. Now that's actually a really good entry price. If that was your first entry when a player's setting a break up, you get a good price. Leading player often just drops her intensity a little bit, and the player who's behind gets a little bit more urgent and desperate to get back into it. Garcia did. She got back to 2-all. Thought she was going to take it to a tie break, and then she got broken serving at 5-5. So Sasnovich served for the match at 6-5. Did have 2 match points. Garcia saved them, took it into a tie break. And she just about managed to get over the line. Needed 3 set points to take the second set. In the third, a lot tighter. You can see just the one break there. She did face a break point in her first service game. Sasnovich served at 3-all. Broken to love. Garcia did have a match point there when Sasnovich served at 4-5, and in the end Garcia served out easily enough, held to 30, take the match. Not impressive if you were watching it. Stats wise, she actually was only broken 3 times in 3 sets, which isn't that bad, although did face 13 break chances. Sasnovich also broken 3 times, only faced 6 break chances. She hit 11 double faults. Garcia, 15 aces, impressive. 8 double faults, not so much. So a little bit fortunate to get through on that one. At least the prediction was right. The other match, if I can click on the right thing. Fernandez Mertens. Elise Mertens. Okay, favouring Fernandez to win. I believe I think it could go to 3. Start of the match, Fernandez broken in the first game. Mertens then saved 4 break chances, 4 break points in her first game, but did manage to hold. Fernandez broke back to 2-all, held serve, broke again to lead 4-2, and that was pretty much it for the set. So was there going to be a comeback? Well, not really. Fernandez got the first break. To be fair, Mertens had 2 break chances there in Fernandez's first service game. Perhaps that had something to do with her being broken in the very next game. So setting a break again. Mertens broke straight back. It's a really good entry as a setting a break. Okay, a bit of a brain freeze there. Fernandez did get a break there when Mertens served at 3-all and completed the set. Straight sets win. Okay, let's have a look at today's. Using Tennis Profits as always. Tennisprofits.com. You can get a 7-day trial for just £1. Well worth a look. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at Navarro against Fernandez and Kudermetova against Azarenka. So let's have a look at Navarro first. It's the less complicated of the two. Okay, Fernandez leads 3-1. Last time they played was August this year on a hard court. Navarro won in 3 sets. Fernandez won in March this year, hard court straight sets. The other 2 were on clay, not too much relevance to today's hard court win percentages pretty even in the last year and also in 2023. Pretty close. Last season, Fernandez lost in the first round. Navarro didn't play. Quick look at the stats at the bottom. The reason I go down sometimes and look at the stats first before looking at the breakdown is just in case you get an easy one where the one player is leading service holds, first serve points won, second serve points won, and predicted holds. That isn't the case in this one. So I'll make sure we're on the right filters. We've got hard courts, main tour, and 1 year. Okay, now that I've got the right filters, she's got 3 of the 4. Fernandez, she leads service holds, first serve points 1%, second serve points 1%, and just a very slight lead for Navarro. Now that pattern there often suggests that it's going to go to 3 sets. Navarro's got a decent lead on return points 1 and also on return games 1. So a fair chance of 3 sets is the suggestion from that. Let's look at more recent results. A little bit of a change there. So Fernandez still leads service holds. She leads first serve points 1, so she's got the 2 perhaps more important ones. I don't really want to look at them individually. It's as a group of stats. I'm looking for the full picture. Second serve points 1 better for Navarro, and she has a slight lead predicted holds. So again, it's looking strong for 3 sets. Right, let's look at the matches that they've played. Very strange match yesterday with Keys. Keys looked like she was going to come back. I think she took a break lead in the second set, but Navarro took that in 2. Look at the stats from there. She was only broken 3 times. Not amazing stats on serve, but 9 from 25 for Keys on second serve. Not great. 5 double faults. Broken 5 times. Not her best work. What else has she done? Very good week in San Diego. She came through as qualifier. Took Ken into 3 sets in the semi-final there. Second round, Indian Wells, Monterey. So not a huge amount of success until last week, to be fair, for Navarro. Fernandez hasn't lost a set this week. Quarterfinals in Cleveland. Third round Montreal, losing to Collins. Beat Haddad Meyer that week. Second round in Washington as qualifier. Lost to Sakari. Second round in Miami. Third round with a bye in the first round in Indian Wells. Second round in Dubai. Second round the Australian Open quarterfinals in Auckland. So she started the season reasonably well, then tailed off, and she's just starting to put some decent performances together. So I think overall I'm going to go for Fernandez because of the patterns in the stats. I think there's a good chance of 3 sets. Trading wise, Fernandez starts around about 1.87 when I did the notes this morning. Lay Navarro around about 1.65. Get the reliability out when she gets to 2.1, and back Fernandez if she loses the first set. So that's that one. Let's take a look at the other. This one wasn't easy. Kudermetova, Azarenka. See if I can make any more sense of it than I did earlier on. So Kudermetova has won both previous matches. The last time they met was in January this year on a hard court. That went to 3. 6-4 in the third. She also won on a hard court February 2022. That was straight sets. Hard win percentages a little bit better in the last 12 months and this season for Azarenka. Last year, quarterfinals for Kudermetova, semi-finals for Azarenka. So again, let's take a look at the bottom section. Hardcore, main tour, 1 year. Turn off everything else so I can just look at the percentages. So this is for the year. Service holds favour Kudermetova. First serve points 1 better for Azarenka. Second serve points 1 better for Kudermetova. And predicted holds favour Azarenka. So what's that? 2 each. Both got the ones that I give a little more weight to the service hold percentage and first serve points 1 percentage, and they've got 1 each. So let's look at more recent results. Last 3 months. Kudermetova leads service holds, first serve win percentages favour Azarenka. As before, second serve win percentages are better for Kudermetova, but this time predicted holds have gone over to Azarenka. That was the same, wasn't it? Did she have predicted holds before? Or am I losing my mind? She did. She's had predicted holds before, so they've still got 2 each. Alright, so that's not really helping us too much. Let's take a look at some individual matches. Kudermetova had some superb results last year. Started reasonably well, as we're going to see here this season, but then tailed off. I think she maybe had either an injury or just a strain that just slowed her down a bit. Her recent results, she's won 3 of her last 10. In the last round this week, she needed 3 sets against Bouchard, which straight away tells you she's not at her best if she needed 3 sets. Bouchard's more interested in Instagram and all that garbage. Lost to Kenin last week, lost to Perra, first round of the US Open. Lost to Sorribes Tormo in Cleveland. Struggled past Podoroska in the first round that week. Lost to Venus Williams. Jesus Christ. Lost to Vondrousova. Lost to Pliskova. How bad does it get? And that's before her form really took a dip. Semis in Doha. Quarterfinals in Abu Dhabi, but that only needed 1 win over Mertens. Second round, Australian Open. Semis in Adelaide. Quarterfinals in the other Adelaide tournament. So she started reasonably well and just tailed off. Possibly played a little bit too much. She did well in the grass season as well. I think that maybe took a bit out of it. Obviously not at the start because it was in the middle of the year. But I think that has affected her form. She's definitely picked up some sort of injury or strain that she doesn't seem to be quite over yet. So look at Azarenka. Also not had an amazing season. Excuse me. Hasn't lost a set this time. Beat Yastremska in the last round. Second round in New York, the US Open. Not a great win there. 1.31 against Zoot. Lost in straight sets. Lost to Vekic in Cincinnati, second round Montreal, walkover there. She didn't want to play Sloane Stephens, God knows why. Third round Miami with a bye in the first round. Lost to Lynette there. Third round in Dubai. Better results at the start of the year for her, as we can see. Lost to Keys there, beat Animasova, Pavlyuchenkova. Not a terrible draw for her then. Second round Doha, lost to Bencic in 3. Semis at the Australian Open. Beat Pegula, Keys. Kenin wasn't quite at in the form that she is now. Still a solid enough win. And quarterfinals in Adelaide. Lost to Noskova. So she's struggled to put good performances back to back, really. So hopefully she's in decent nick at the minute, hasn't lost a set. So I struggled to really come up with the difference and who am I going to give the edge to. And what it came down to, just look at the prices first. Azarenka, when I'd looked at this morning, was 167 on Betfair. Kudermetova's best form, in fact both of them to be honest, their best form was at the start of the year. And that's when they last played in January in Adelaide. Kudermetova was playing the best tennis, definitely, compared to how she's playing at the moment. And almost lost that. Azarenka took the first set easily and the second set went to a tiebreak. Kudermetova, because she was playing well, she was able to battle through that. She's not in that sort of form at the minute. Azarenka has looked okay, hasn't faced amazing opponents this week, certainly performed better than Kudermetova did. So I'm giving the edge to Azarenka. So there is a decent chance of 3 sets, definitely favouring Azarenka when I put everything together. Looking to back her around about 2.2 to 2.3 and take some liability out at 165, or ideally look to have all the liability out at 165. And provided it's close enough in the first set, chance of 3 sets. So, interested to see how that one works out. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you tomorrow.